Be me, 42, senior backend engineer. Work at Finance Flow, digital banking FinTech startup. We're big, $8 billion valuation, 12 million customers. Handle checking accounts, savings, payments, everything. Been here 9 years, seen the company grow from nothing. Our core system is the transaction ledger. Every deposit, withdrawal, transfer goes through it. This thing processes $40 billion in transactions monthly. System's old, really old, built in 2011. Monolithic architecture, mix of COBOL and Java. I know COBOL in 2026 sounds insane. But this code works, it's bulletproof. 15 years of edge cases handled. Currency conversions, fraud detection, reconciliation. Every weird scenario you can imagine, we've coded for it. System runs 24/7, never goes down. Maybe 99.99% uptime over 15 years. That's really good for financial systems. Team of 8 senior engineers maintains it. All of us been here 7+ years. We know every line, every function, every quirk. New hires come in, see the code base, get intimidated. This is so old. Why don't we modernize? Because it works. Banking isn't about fancy code. It's about never losing a single cent. Our legacy system does that perfectly. Then 6 months ago, company hired new VP of engineering. Woman named Jessica. She's 38, came from Google. Big tech background, lots of credentials. First all-hands meeting, she's talking about modernization. Our tech stack is embarrassingly outdated. We're running code that belongs in a museum. Need to rebuild everything with modern practices. We're all looking at each other like oh. Week 1, Jessica starts reviewing our systems. Schedules meetings with each team. Gets to us, the ledger team. We walk her through the architecture. Show her how transactions flow. Explain the business logic, the edge cases. She's taking notes, asking questions. Then she sees the variable names. What's this master underscore account and slave underscore account? Me. Master is the primary account. Slave is the secondary. Standard database terminology. Jessica, that terminology is problematic. Master and slave has historical connotations. Me, it's just database jargon, been used for decades. Jessica, doesn't matter, it's exclusionary. We need to rename these. Okay, fine. Renaming variables isn't a big deal. Then she sees the whitelist/blacklist code. This is racist terminology. Me, it's not racial, it's allow list and deny list. Jessica, the terms whitelist and blacklist are rooted in racial bias. We're changing all of this. One of the other engineers, that's hundreds of references. Changing it risks breaking things. Jessica, then we'll be careful, but it's getting changed. Meeting continues. She's picking apart everything. Documentation uses he as default pronoun. This assumes male developers. Code comments reference man-hours. Exclusionary language. COBOL portions are gatekeeping. Only old. Developers know COBOL. Makes it impossible for diverse hires to contribute. By end of meeting, she's decided. We're rewriting the entire transaction ledger. Modern stack, inclusive terminology, accessible code base. All of us, that's the core system. We can't just rewrite it. Jessica, everything can be rewritten. Just needs proper planning and commitment. Next week, Jessica announces Project Phoenix, rising from the ashes of our legacy systems. Goal, complete rewrite of transaction ledger. Timeline, 3 months. Stack, Node.js, MongoDB, microservices. We try to push back in meetings. Me, transaction ledger has 15 years of business logic. Every edge case, every regulatory requirement. You can't replicate that in 3 months. Jessica, that's defeatist thinking. Old code is overcomplicated because it wasn't planned well. With modern architecture, we can do it cleaner and faster. Another engineer, what about the COBOL portions? Those handle the core, financial calculations. Jessica, COBOL is exactly the problem. It's a dead language. Nobody learns it anymore. Keeping it is gatekeeping, preventing new talent. Me, COBOL is still used because it's reliable for financial calculations. Decimal precision, no floating point errors. Jessica, JavaScript can handle decimals fine. This is just resistance to change. We're getting nowhere. She's made up her mind. VP of Engineering has authority here. CTO backs her up. We do need to modernize. Jessica's initiative has board support. Project Phoenix gets greenlit. 3 junior engineers assigned to it. All fresh out of boot camps, excited about modern stack. None of them have ever worked on financial systems. Jessica is leading the project personally. This is how we build inclusive engineering culture. Month 1, they start building, creating new microservices for different functions. Account service, transaction service, ledger service. Clean separation of concerns. Looks good on paper. We're still maintaining the old system. Watching the new one being built in parallel. I review their code and pull requests. Immediately see problems. Missing edge cases everywhere. Currency conversion only handles USD, Euro, GBP. We support 47 currencies with complex conversion rules. Fraud detection, basic rule checking. Our system has ML models trained on 15 years of data. Transaction reconciliation assumes everything succeeds. Real world has failures, timeouts, partial completions. I leave detailed comments on every PR. This doesn't handle X scenario. Missing validation for Y edge case. What happens when Z fails? Jessica responds to each one. We'll add that in iteration 2. That's an unlikely edge case. Y, G, and I, you aren't going to need it. I try to explain. These aren't unlikely. They happen every day. We handle thousands of edge cases in production. Jessica, that's technical debt from poor planning. We're building it right from the start. Month 2, more problems emerge. Their test coverage looks good, 95% plus. But tests are testing the happy path only. No tests for failures, timeouts, race conditions. I escalate to the CTO. New system isn't ready. Missing critical functionality. CTO, they have 3 months. They're only 2 months in. Me, it's not about time. It's about complexity. They don't understand what the old system does. CTO, do you have documentation of all those edge cases? Me, it's in the code, 15 years of it. CTO, then document it. Help them understand. I really try. Write up a 50-page document. Every major edge case, every business rule. Hand it to Jessica. She schemes it. This is exactly the problem. Old system is so convoluted it takes 50 pages to explain. New system will be simple enough to understand without this. I give up trying to convince her. Month 3, deployment week approaches. New system is complete, according to Jessica. We review it one final time. Missing about 60% of critical functionality. No handling for. Concurrent transactions on same account. Network timeouts during transfers. Partial failures in batch processing. Regulatory reporting requirements. Audit trail compliance. Dispute resolution workflows. List goes on and on. Emergency meeting with Jessica and CTO. We present all the gaps. Jessica, most of these are edge cases. We'll handle them as they come up in production. Me, these aren't edge cases, they're daily operations. Jessica, the old system makes you think that. Because it's over-engineered for every possible scenario. Modern development is iterative. We improve as we go. CTO, what's your confidence level for deployment? Jessica, hi, we've tested thoroughly. Me, I have 0 confidence. This will fail in production. CTO, we can't stay on legacy forever. We need to take the leap at some point. Deployment scheduled for Friday, 5 p.m. Week before deployment, Jessica drops a bomb. We're doing a clean cutover, no rollback plan. Me, what do you mean no rollback? Jessica, rollback plans create dependency on old systems. We're committing fully to the new architecture. That means decommissioning the legacy code. Me, we need backups in case something goes wrong. Jessica, nothing's going wrong, and backups waste storage. The new system is the future. Old system is the past. She's planning to delete the old code base completely from all repositories. Me, that's insane. We need that code. Jessica, no we don't. It's being replaced. Keeping it around sends message we don't trust the new system. Me, we don't trust the new system. It's not ready. Jessica, that's your opinion. I disagree. I escalate to CTO again. He sides with her. Commitment to new direction means letting go of the old. I'm watching a disaster unfold in slow motion. And can't do anything to stop it. Friday, deployment day. I'm in the office, so is the whole Ledger team. We know this is going to fail. Question is how bad. Jessica is there with her team, confident. Today we enter the modern era. 5:00 p.m. Deployment begins. Step 1. Stop processing new transactions on old system. Customers start getting queued. Step 2. Migrate current account balances to new database. 12 million accounts takes 20 minutes. Step 3. Here's where it gets crazy. Jessica personally runs the command. Deletes the entire legacy code base from GitHub. Not just archives it, deletes it. 15 years of code gone. She force pushes the deletion, removes all Git history. No going back, only forward. The team is watching in horror. One engineer, did you just delete the entire repo? Jessica, old code is gone. New era begins. My stomach drops. Step 4. Start the new transaction processing service. 5:22 p.m. New system goes live. First transaction comes in. $500 transfer from account A to account B. System crashes. Crashes with null pointer error. Whole service goes down. Jessica, restart it. Just a startup glitch. Restart, try again. Crashes again, different error this time. Database connection pool exhausted. 5:25 p.m. Transactions are piling up in queue. Thousands of customers try to use their accounts. Nothing processing. Jessica's team is panicking. Why is it crashing? It worked in testing. Me. Because production load is different from testing. You tested with synthetic data. This is real customer behavior. They're trying to fix it live. Patching code, redeploying. 5:30 p.m. Service starts but immediately hits new problem. Currency conversion is broken. Converting JPY to USD using wrong formula. Giving people 100x the money they should get. Shut down again. 5:35 p.m. CTO arrives. What's the status? Jessica, minor issues, we're resolving them. CTO, how minor? Me, system is completely down, processing 0 transactions. CTO, roll back to old system. Jessica, we can't, old code is deleted. CTO, what do you mean deleted? Me, she deleted the entire repository, including Git history. CTO's face goes white. Restore from backup. Jessica, I disabled automatic backups last week. We're committed to the new system. CTO, you did what? This is when everyone realizes the scope of the disaster. 5:40 p.m. Emergency executive meeting. CEO gets pulled in, board members on phone. CTO explains, legacy system is deleted, no backups. New system is crashing, can't process transactions. 12 million customers can't access their money. CEO, how long until it's fixed? Jessica, few hours, just need to debug the issues. Me, it's not fixable. The new code is missing too much functionality. CEO, then restore the old code. Me, can't. It's permanently deleted. CEO, from GitHub? Me, yes. CEO, GitHub has recovery, contact support. We try, submit emergency ticket. GitHub responds, force deleted repositories with purged history cannot be recovered. This was an intentional permanent deletion. CEO, what about local copies? Me, Jessica required everyone to delete local repos last week. Part of the commitment to new system. We check every developer's machine. Everyone deleted their local copies like she asked. One guy didn't, he was on vacation. His laptop is at home. We send security to his house, retrieve the laptop. 6:30 p.m., we have his local copy. But it's 3 weeks old, missing recent updates. And it's just the code, not the configuration or deployment scripts. Can't deploy it even if we wanted to. Meanwhile, news is spreading. Finance flow, banking services down. Social media blowing up. Customers panicking, can't access money. Some people have bills due, can't pay them. Our customer service gets 50,000 calls in an hour. All we can say is technical difficulties. 7 p.m., regulatory agencies get involved. FDIC calling. What's going on? Customers reporting they can't access their accounts. We have to file an emergency report. Critical system failure. Transaction processing offline. FDIC. What's your recovery timeline? CEO. Working on it. FDIC. You have 24 hours before we step in. 8 p.m. Jessica's still trying to fix the new system. But it's hopeless. Too many fundamental problems. Every fix creates new issues. It's like plugging holes in a sinking ship. CTO makes the call. Stop. We need different approach. Can we rebuild the old system from documentation? Me. What documentation? Code was the documentation. CTO. The 50-page doc you wrote. Me. That covered maybe 10% of the functionality. We try anyway. It's our only option. Pull an all-nighter. 8 senior engineers trying to recreate 15 years of code. From memory, from incomplete docs, from desperation. It's impossible. We get basic functionality working by morning. Can process simple transfers. But missing all the complexity. Fraud detection. Gone. Regulatory compliance. Gone. Audit trails. Gone. Multi-currency. Broken. Saturday morning, system is still down. News coverage. Major FinTech outage enters second day. Customers filing complaints with regulators. Class action lawsuit filed. Finance flow breached fiduciary duty. Stock price in free fall. Private company, but investors are panicking. $8 billion valuation evaporating. Sunday, FDIC steps in. Finance flow is unable to maintain customer account access. Emergency federal oversight enacted. They send in their own engineers. Review what happened. Their assessment, catastrophic data loss. Original transaction ledger permanently destroyed. Current system cannot be trusted for financial transactions. FDIC order. All customer accounts frozen pending audit. Manual verification of every account balance required. That's 12 million accounts. Manual verification could take months. Monday, criminal investigation begins. FBI and SEC both involved. Computer fraud, securities fraud, negligence. Jessica's arrested at her home. Charged with unauthorized destruction of financial records. Computer fraud. Securities fraud, lying to investors about system stability. She lawyers up immediately. Her defense. I was trying to improve the system. Prosecutors. You destroyed $8 billion company. CTO also facing charges. Allowed destruction of critical infrastructure. CEO scrambling to save company. But it's over. FDIC is taking over completely. Week 2. Full scope of disaster becomes clear. Transaction ledger is permanently gone. 15 years of business logic irretrievable. No backups exist anywhere. Jessica deleted cloud backups too. Redundancy costs money we didn't need to spend. Customer account balances are uncertain. New system had bugs that corrupted data. Some accounts showing wrong balances. No way to verify what's correct. Old ledger would have had audit trail. That's gone too. FDIC brings in forensic accountants, trying to reconstruct balances from bank statements. Customers have to provide their own records. Some can, some can't. People who can't prove their balance might lose money. Class action grows to $4 billion. Lawyers representing everyone who lost access to funds. Some people missed mortgage. Payments got foreclosed. Some bounced rent checks got evicted. All because they couldn't access their money. Criminal charges expand. Jessica's facing 20 years in federal prison. Computer fraud, wire fraud, destruction of records. CTO facing 10 years as accessory. CEO might face charges too for negligence. Company is finished. FDIC takes over completely. Transfers customer accounts to other banks. Process takes 6 months. Some customers never fully recover their balances. Discrepancies that can't be resolved. Finance flow shuts down permanently. $8 billion valuation to zero in 2 weeks. 800 employees laid off. Investors lose everything. Trial happens 8 months later. Jessica's defense is insane. I was trying to make the code base more inclusive. Legacy systems perpetuate exclusionary practices. My actions were motivated by social good. Prosecutor, you destroyed financial records for 12 million people. Jessica, the old code used problematic terminology. Prosecutor, so you deleted it all without backups? Jessica, backups represented lack of commitment to change. Prosecutor, people lost their homes because of you. Jessica, that's the system's fault, not mine. Jury takes 4 hours. Guilty on all counts. Sentencing, 15 years federal prison. $5 million fine. Permanent ban from tech industry. CTO gets 6 years for enabling it. CEO gets probation and industry ban. Jessica appeals, denied. Currently serving time at federal facility. Still maintains she did nothing wrong. I was punished for challenging the status quo. No acknowledgement of the destruction. No apology to the customers who suffered. Just victim mentality all the way down. Today, 3 years later, I'm at a different FinTech, smaller one. We have strict policies now. Multiple backup systems. Change review boards. No single person can delete critical code. Industry learned from finance flow disaster. New regulations passed. Critical Financial Infrastructure Protection Act. Requires redundant backups, change controls. Individual liability for negligent code deletion. Some of the old team is still together. We meet up sometimes, talk about what happened. Still can't believe it was real. One person decided legacy code was problematic. Deleted 15 years of financial infrastructure. Destroyed an $8 billion company. Ruined 12 million customers' lives. All because variable names offended her ideology. The technical terminology master/slave. Used in databases everywhere for 50 years. She decided it was exclusionary. So she burned it all down and called it progress. Now she's in prison. Companies bankrupt. Customers lost money. Some lost homes. All to fix problematic terminology. In code that worked perfectly for 15 years. I think about the last meeting, when we begged her not to delete the old code. She said, "You're just afraid of change." We weren't afraid of change. We were afraid of exactly what happened. Une permanente, irréversible, catastrophique failure. And we were right. But being right doesn't matter when you're watching everything burn and can't do anything to stop it. Feminist engineering lead deleted legacy codebase. Entire FinTech system permanently crashed. 12 million people affected. $8 billion company destroyed. Greater than 15 years in prison. All because she valued semantic purity over functional reality. And nobody could stop her until it was too late. Legacy code might be old. Terminology might be outdated. But it worked. And now it's gone. Forever.